just like the ninja in Japan. We've spent many years honing our craft. You give us 10 minutes, and we'll make you a marketing ninja. This is Ninja Marketing in 10 minutes, quick and to the point. We'll show you how to use the LinkedIn platform to generate business. We are the silent assassins, flying into your LinkedIn profile. We do our work quickly and efficiently, and then vanish. Become a LinkedIn Black Belt Ninja. This is Ninja Marketing in 10 minutes.
Welcome to the latest Ninja Marketing in 10 Minutes podcast with Ian Nicklin, Master Shogun. And today we're going to be talking about the use of keywords, something that you probably associate more with your web development than your LinkedIn profile. So Ian, how do you think keywords impact the SEO on your LinkedIn profile?
Yeah, like you say, it's similar to websites. People are going to search for you, like you would on Google. You type some words in, won't you, in search. So it's almost exactly the same on LinkedIn. You need to work out what's the most important keywords that you think people would be searching for. And then the idea is then we scatter them throughout the profile, but use them with intent. You know, sometimes years ago when people used to say to you, right, you get to get SEO done, you've got a whole stack of keywords, and people just dumped them on the bottom of the homepage and it didn't make any sense. So you're going to have certain keywords, aren't you? That are,
yeah, do you remember that?
Oh,
it was like a list of keywords. Yeah, I just remember that.
Yeah, but people are getting a bit wiser now. Of course, Google's got more complicated algorithms, and now it does all string searches. But you think about if somebody's looking for a solution that they've got a problem and they're looking for a solution, and you've got that solution. Try and think of all the words that they would be looking for. Now, the more niche you are, the better.
I think that you sort of have to put some effort behind the copywriting, don't you? And I think when I'm writing some of our clients, for example, they'll send me things that they want copywritten. And I think a lot of the words can be quite predictable. So I tend then to drop it through the synonyms and try and get something a little bit more creative in there, or something that's a little less predictable without being too smart ass about it.
Yeah. And that's exactly as you said. Don't try and get too clever with it. If you are using copywriters, which is great, which is good, make sure that they understand you. Because a lot of this is, we talk about tone of voice. It's got to reflect you. That's the whole point of this. So I think we said on the previous one, don't start using all those fancy, complicated, jargony, corporate-y, bleep words. Just
moo words.
Moo words. just use the words that say, right, if I'm sat with you in a face-to-face sales meeting, what would be the sort of things we would talk about? Make sure those words are in there.
Yeah, relatable. And you've got to think about your audience as well. And also a good thing to do is maybe look at some of your competitors' websites or profiles and see what they're writing, and then find the white space, as they say, find the gaps. I mean, obviously a big thing, when you've created this masterpiece of copy, the next thing to do is check the spelling.
Oh, exactly. Spellings, typos. Do you know what? You can have the most amazing profile. And thinking of an example the other day, I can't think what I was looking for, because we're on there all the time, but the key word was around this guy who was a business development manager, and he couldn't spell business. All the way. I know it's one of those more challenging words to spell, isn't it?
Busyness.
Business. Now, straight away, and again, it's probably even wrong to say this, isn't it? But you jump to a conclusion. You think, well, how good is a business development manager if he can't even spell his own job title? And I know there's issue. People can have dyslexia, and there's challenges around that, but get somebody else to check it, because how many times do you?
It. Yeah, I mean, I was reflecting on just you sending you something the other day and then telling me to go for full stop aversion therapy. So I also think as well, we're talking about LinkedIn for business development, obviously, because that's what we do, scale up connection and communication. But LinkedIn still remains a big platform for recruitment. And, back in the olden days when you used to look at a paper CV, I always remember an ex-colleague of mine. It was the difference between having somebody for an interview and not, if there were spelling mistakes in the CV, and I obviously always used to read past them.
Yep.
But it's important people pick up on that attention to detail. So also we were talking about the phrasing of sentences before. We were laughing about that, weren't we?
Oh, like the grammar.
The grammar.
I don't know whether I dare say this, but sometimes I have some examples, and I know they're all wrong. But what was it one I saw that said, if you get your grammar wrong or you put your comma in the wrong place, you could have "let's eat grandpa," or "let's eat grandpa," which is the same word. So somebody said to me the other way, you could get something totally wrong by helping Uncle Jack off the horse, couldn't you? And that's all very wrong, isn't it? But
you've got to. Sometimes it's good to write these things and go back off them, or actually, if you were to write something like that, maybe it might work in your favour. Who knows? It depends what business you're in.
Yeah, but how many times do you go word blind when you've looked at something, you've studied it, and you give it somebody else, and it's bleeding obvious that you've missed something,
you do.
or you've got something wrong, because you just get word blind, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So when you are, in terms of all this personalisation and keywords, what about right back at the start with the personal? You can personalise the URL, can you?
Yeah, it's a very simple little thing. When you first sign up to LinkedIn, you will put your name in. So your URL will be linkedin.com / and then you might have your name, but some like really complicated hieroglyphics that just allocate random numbers and letters. So what we often say is there's just a facility to go and change that to something. Now your name might be being used by somebody else, but just change that so that it's got your name or your role or what it is that you do or something different, so that when you're putting that into, I don't know, an email signature, or you're dropping it into any other literature, it just like mine says linkedin.com / in / Ian Nicklin. It doesn't say 4BC hieroglyph ! So it just looks a bit better. It's a simple little thing, but it's just one of those things that people forget about.
It's just an identifier, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose these are all these things that help people identify with you and your profile and all the detail that's on it. So there's some really good things there. So keywords, how many keywords should we be focusing on? Is there a specific number, or is it just...
No, there's, as far as I know, there isn't a number. But I think one trick I was reading in a book the other week was you'll have a top keyword that's your absolute your highlight one. The lady who's a book I was reading said that if you can get that keyword into your headline twice, that will massively increase the searching. Now, it can be difficult because you've only got that small handful of words, but the key with this is you'll know what the keywords are, what the important things are. So just make sure that they're appearing, because it is such a simple thing that if you're very specialist in your industry, that you've got those USB keywords there, because people are just going to find you.
Well, absolutely. And when LinkedIn algorithms kick in, they are associating those keywords with your with the industry sectors that you're related with, and it is optimizing your SEO, your profile SEO.
Yeah, and it's groups as well. So it's not just there; it's company pages. It's all that stuff that makes sure it's, if you've got, when we're going to cover things like company pages, showcase pages, all the more advanced searching later, but it reflects right the way across your different profiles.
Good, I really enjoyed our talk about keywords. The takeaways there are the grammar, personalising it, be creative with it, don't use the abused words, personalise your URL, and then you should have some great keywords in your summary. So that's it for now, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, see you later.
You've been listening to Ninja Marketing in 10 minutes, specializing in marketing on LinkedIn. 10 minutes, in and out. Experts in marketing using LinkedIn. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you got some useful and practical information. For more, follow on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/Ian Nicklin. Till next time, we'll be hiding in the shadows.